Hello everybody, my name is Roldo, and in today's video I'll be doing the next 3 laws of John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Today's video is a bit different though, because in today's video I'm going to be trying something new. I will be trying to teach what I've learned about John Maxwell's next 3 laws of leadership. So instead of reading through my journal, I will be stepping out of my comfort zone and taking what I teach and physically applying it myself. So, law number 4, the law of navigation. So, when you think about navigation, you think about GPS systems and so forth. But it all comes down to the following basic statement. Anyone can steer a ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course, meaning that anybody can do anything. And like a famous author once said, I am not afraid of a man who knows 10,000 kicks. I am afraid of the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. And so it can be applied to various aspects of life. But the following is the truth. That instead of jumping between things, if you master one thing and you use that one thing, you will inspire and influence so many more people than you would by being a master of none. So a true leader can envision every single part of the project, the plan, whatever it is that they are busy with. And even when the plan is going extremely well, they look for the negative things, the things that could go wrong. They meditate on what it is that those things are and how do I prevent them, so that if those things do come to pass, or rather to prevent them to come to pass, but if they do come to pass, how do I steer my whole organization so that it doesn't knock us off of balance? And that is the basic part of the law of navigation. Practice looking for detail, practice searching for it, because there are people who depend on you as well. You might not realize it, but everywhere around you, there is someone that takes what you say and what you do and practices it in their own lives in one form or another. Okay, law 5, the law of addition, the law of adding, as I like to call it, adding value. So there are a couple of ways that we can add value. One of them being we add value to other people when we value other people. And this point ties in really well with a previous video I did on influence, where if you give honest and sincere appreciation, people tend to like you more and tend to want to follow you much more frequently. So that is the first point. Second point, we add value to other people when we make ourselves more valuable. So basically doing what you're doing now, watching my video, what I'm doing, studying on how to be a better leader, studying anything. If your job is, for example, to be a doctor and you finished your studies, studying even more to, for example, be better at communicating with your patients. If you're a whatever, studying in that field to further your skill level in that thing makes yourself much more valuable. So say you're a salesperson and you just started out learning how to communicate and how to ask questions in a way that lead people to conclusions, that they realize that they want this thing. whereas you led them to that conclusion by your questions. It is a very difficult thing to master. But developing your skills makes people value you more. Number 3, we add value when we know what others value and we reciprocate. So experiment. Go to anyone. If there is a group of people who like a certain thing, say, for example, gamers, and they like this certain, say, Elden Ring, for example, and they like this game, then if you like that game as well, you'll fit in much more. And this point is very, very well bounded to the law of 5, the law of the 5 people you spend the most of your time with, as most people call it, as I like to call it, is the people you tend to be more like. So if you spend time with the richest people, 5 of the richest people you know, could be by reading their books or by watching their videos, then what they do, you'll naturally start to do, and you'll become much more like them. Then the 4th point, we add value to other people when we do what God values. So everywhere in scripture, there is a bunch of ways, and shall we say, simple truths that if you apply them, there is a promise of a result that is always granted. You can go test it. If you're not a Bible believing person, then that's also okay. You do not need to be a Christian to use the Bible as a guideline. Just so, by the way, just need some people who watch this to know that the Bible isn't a book about religion. It's a book about a kingdom, a king, and the culturalization of a foreign land called Earth. Basically, has a bunch of principles that if you apply them in your life, you could become much more wealthy than you are currently. Nevertheless, that concludes Law 5. Law 6, the law of the solid ground, or as I like to call it, the law of the foundation. So, what is a leader's foundation? A leader's foundation is truth. We all should practice to live truth, because at the end of the day, if your word is not your bond, then you'll chase people away and you'll never achieve what you want to achieve. You'll only be left alone. Nobody will gather around you. And if you lie to people, then you cannot live amongst them anymore. You need to hide away from them because you lie to them, and they know that. So how do we build trust? A leader builds trust by exhibiting, meaning to openly or publicly show competence, connection, and competence, connection. I forget the 3rd point. Nevertheless, being competent means that in your mastery of something, people will feel it. Automatically, if you stand at an arena and you see 2 people fighting, the one person has 10 years of experience and the other person has only just started learning how to fight. Which one would you naturally assume would be the winner? Of course, the one with 10 years of experience, because he's more competent in the thing that he's doing. So master a skill, anything, it doesn't matter what it is. You can choose to do anything that you enjoy doing and that people want to pay money for. Because at the end of the day, we all do need to realize that The market wants what the market wants, and what we enjoy doing should only be our hobby. But what the market wants should be our business. Next, the connection. If we connect to other people, more people will want to be next to us, will want to join in and follow along with our cause, because we show an openness and a loving kind-heartedness if we show the world that the people who are next to us are not wanting for anything, and that they are loved and they are treated well. Then if you were put in a position where you saw that, you'd naturally want to be next to a person like that. Am I wrong? So those were the next 3 laws, and for those who are watching the videos, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support that you are giving me. Like, comment, any suggestions that you might have, and subscribe if you feel like you want to follow along with what I do here. For now, have a wonderful evening and be blessed by the best. I will see you all in the next video.